guess I'll go first. Hi, everyone. I'm Danielle Costello. I'm a research instruction librarian from Louisiana State University, where I bring programming and all kinds of fun and de-stress events to the university. I am also the Games and Gaming Roundtable president-elect, so I am here to bring and usher in a wonderful world of games and play into library spaces and do my very best in that area. I will popcorn it over to Jesse Witten.
Oh, I'm Jessie Wooden. I'm also a librarian, unaffiliated as of right now. I'm just an avid gamer myself. I love game design and just here to have some fun.
Amber, go.
Going. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Amber Sewell. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a teaching and learning librarian at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I'm also a current member at large and fellow co-chair of the programming committee for GameRT. And I will hand it over to our guest, Jay.
Oh, hi, I'm Jay Cormier, he, him, and I am a game designer and a publisher. I run Off the Page Games as a publishing company, and we did Mind Management and a couple other games. And then I also run Fail Faster. I got to back up for this one, Fail Faster, which is all about helping game designers with our new project that we're going to be talking about today.
We've invited a lot of people to join us. We'll see who comes. Oh, Molly, real quick, the chat says they can't hear you. Chat, chat, can you hear me speaking right now, just to double check? Okay, now Molly, you go ahead. Do a test one, two. They think you're muted, but we can hear you. Okay, one person can hear. Oh, stars. Hmm. Alrighty, chat. One more time. Were you able to hear what Molly's been saying this entire time? No, they
Yeah,
don't
if
got. Yeah.
I unmute my thing, I can't hear Molly talk
Try me
on the
now.
screen.
Can you hear me now?
Mm. Oh,
Okay.
Success.
Hey,
So
so
the high mayhem portion of our discussion today.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your patience, and thank you for
hello.
helping us to troubleshoot. I think you're
Yes.
gonna have to go from the top of the
That's
description.
fine. We've got time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another installation of Low Stress High Mayhem. The mayhem has already begun, as you can see. We choose a TTRPG, gather some librarians, all of whom have already introduced themselves, and play together and talk about how to bring games and play into our spaces. You've already heard from them. I am Molly, who needs more tech training. This is just me. And my pronouns are she, her. I am the Adult Services Librarian at the West Feliciana Parish Library in Louisiana. They've introduced themselves. We have fun events upcoming. First is a safety tools webinar with B. Livesey Stevens. She's fabulous. She's been here before. That's going to be on October 6th. Second is a spectacular, the third that we've done, and it is our Queertacular. So we are joining Graphic Novels and Comics Roundtable, the Film and Media Roundtable, the Maps and Geospatial Information Roundtable, and hopefully more. We will see, as we all talk about queer media and representation in all of our different focus areas and how that intersects with libraries. And by all means, if you are not following us yet, please do. All of those links will be added to chat. Let me explain how this game is going to be played. Design Your Destiny is a game that teaches you how to design games as you play. The games are broken, and it's our job to fix them, learning along the way. Our facilitator has already introduced himself, but it's Jay Cormier. He's the owner of Fail Faster as well as Off the Page Games. So at this point, I'm going to hand it over to Jay.
All right. I am going to share my screen, and you're going to do some magic behind the screen.
Yes, give me just a
I'm
second. Okay.
We're good. Almost.
Go ahead.
All right. So this is a very weird and unique project that Blaze Sewell and myself came up with. And so this is the book, and you start reading the book, and it kind of gives you a little bit of like, well, welcome to Design Your Destiny series. We're hoping it will be a series. And it gives you a little overview of what it is. But the thing is, there's this, well, really kooky, wonderful art by Alan Orr. I just think it's just amazing, cool art. But there's an actual story. So this is an actual chapter book. You actually read a chapter book of these two characters, siblings, Natalie and Charlie, as they go through these shenanigans. And every couple chapters, we're just getting there now, we get to a game. And so then it just says, okay, come go play this game. So here's the first game. So it's in the book, but I guess I could have just used that actually. So we're going to play the game. And so I need one of you to be Charlie and Natalie as they run away from this guard. His name's Nasibi, and one of you to be the guard. So who would like to be Charlie and Natalie?
Ooh, I'm good at running. Let me run away from things. I'm terrified.
All right, Danielle, and then who would like to be Nasibi?
Who's going to chase me down?
I can do it.
Yes. Amber, my adversary.
All right. So the goal is that you have to roll the die. This is basically a roll and then move your pawn. And you're trying to get all the way to the exit. In here is the school. This is the guard for the school, and he's trying to get you. And he has a freeze ray. And he's going to try to shoot the freeze ray up and try to shoot you. So we're going to start, actually. It says that the guard Nasibi goes first. And so, Amber, it's your turn. I'm going to roll the die for you. This is in a program called Tabletop Simulator. So it's simulating a 1. So we move ahead 1, and you automatically shoot up until you hit a car, and we put a little freeze token on there. If Charlie and Natalie were ever to hit this, they would actually drop down an entire level.
No.
Kind of yeah. All right. So Danielle, I'm going to roll dice for you now. And
Big money, big winner. Oh, well.
1, 2.
Moderate winner.
That's right. And then we go back and forth, and this is going to be super fun to just kind of play. So 3, 1, 2, 3. And look at that. Already, you've already lost the game.
Oh,
in a way, that's great, because to watch one player play a 2-player game might be a little annoying, because the whole point of this exercise is that let's just go. This is the whole point of the book, really. It says, this is the rules for the game. Great. But then it says, hey, if you played a full game of this, you get a sticker. And so we'll talk about the stickers in a minute. So posting a session, and I won't read it all, but it'll just say, hey, take a moment and write in this box here, how many decisions did you guys get to make?
None.
none.
Yeah. you'll find what's really funny when you play with kids, especially if it lasts a little bit longer. When you ask this, kids will immediately say, "Oh, so many." They will, and I've seen it happen every time. And I keep asking them, "Oh, like okay, so what are the decisions?" Write them down, list the decisions you had, and they have a challenging time. And eventually, one kid will be like, "I don't think we made any decisions," and we're like,
That's
"Bingo."
fascinating.
It is really fascinating. And so we talk about why are decisions important in game designs. We need meaningful decisions because they ensure your players are engaged, that they'll reap the benefits or suffer the consequences of their decisions. In both cases, they will learn how to become better at your game. Without meaningful decisions, players will have little reason to replay the game. If they feel they have no control over the outcome and have no skills or strategies to develop. So meaningful decisions is our first learning lesson, and it becomes our first goal in game design is add meaningful decisions to this game, make it more interesting to play. And we talk about failing, and my whole company's called Fail Faster, and we really want to make sure people understand it is okay to fail, because we are going to fail a lot, and we need to fail to figure out where it didn't work so that we can figure out how to make it more fun. Nothing in game design, let alone any creative medium, is going to be amazing in your first attempt. And so this is trying to get you okay with the concept of like, yeah, it's okay, it's fine. How did we fail? We failed. This is like fortunately you didn't design the game, I did, right? So it's nothing on them. So that's fine. And so then we go through, well, what do we do? How do we fix this? I don't just throw you in the water. We go through, well, let's review the objective for each player. So Charlie and Natalie have to get to the parking lot without getting caught by Khalil the guard. Khalil Nasibi, I guess his name is. The guard's goal is to catch Charlie and Natalie. Okay, great. So that's going to be figure out where we're going to help us make decisions. So then we go to the next page, and it says, well, what can we change? And here we list them all out as we go through the chapters and the different games. There's multiple games in this book. We start kind of removing some of this stuff and have you come up with it as you start getting better and better at this. But we could change the board and elements on the board. Would more or less cars or stairs on the board be fun? We didn't even talk about stairs, but they basically are like ladders in Snakes and Ladder. Here you sneak up, you get to do a shortcut. What about the number of dice rolled? Rolling more dice make the game fun? Or how could you use your dice to provide decisions to your player? Different sided dice, would that help? Or direction of movement? Always move forward. Is there anything fun or interesting in changing the direction of movement? Or what about the effects of each roll? Currently, whatever you roll is how many spaces you move forward. What else could the die result do in the game? How can we make the die result provide players with meaningful decisions? And the freeze rate, currently it's freeze rate at the end of the guard's turn. Are there any other options instead of just automatically? Or how it shoots, it always shoots straight up. So any way we can make that a decision? And the effects of the Blu-ray token is currently you slide down a thing. Is there some other thing? Or can we add new elements? This game box will have a ton of components in it that we can add to the game. And I put just a few of them down here. We have numbered tokens, we have fire tokens, we have time tokens. So as well as many other things in the box. I just have a few here. And then we say, well, one thing at a time. So choose one of these things. Think about how you want to do it, but ask yourself these three questions. Is it going to be more fun by adding it? Is it fair? And does it add meaningful decisions? And you probably won't be able to answer these until you try it out yourself. And it's something we call playtesting, where we test the idea, basically. And we even give them a little bit of a playtest sheet so they can kind of take notes as they playtest, and gives them a little bit of a cheat sheet of like, okay, describe your concept, who playtested it, and what are the observations, and that's pretty much it. What's the next thing you want to do in your game, and a little bit of a rating system. And
I love that.
If you still can't think of an idea, we give you a full starter idea. What if you roll 2 dice? Choose 1 die as your movement. The other die is how many red tokens you earn.
Nice.
And then the guard can spend 3 red tokens to fire up their freeze ray straight up, or 5 to place 2 blue tokens on adjacent spaces instead of 1. So that's one thing you could just try that right away. So let's think about this first. I'm going to leave it to you now. I'm not going to drive this. What is one thing you want to? I can turn it back a page. What is something you want to try to change to make different in this game?
I would love to add fire. I saw that fire token, and I think fire would definitely add more fun to the game.
Okay.
So I think there was that section that like rolls could mean different things. So if I roll, I don't know, odds or evens, I can like one or the other, I can add fire. There is a fairness to this. So Amber, what do you think would make it fair?
I was going to say, should you get the ability to lay the fire to stop the guard, since they can shoot freeze rays?
Yeah.
Maybe I can choose whether to shoot the freeze ray. Like, I'll have to choose either you or to put the fire out so I can advance.
Because you can't advance if there's a fire behind me. Okay, yeah. I feel that's fair.
Yeah.
Fire.
We both have weapons.
let's
what's the actual choice here? What's the decision?
okay, so if I get odd, I can choose instead to move to leave fire behind me.
Okay.
Yeah, put fire between me and
Like that.
and the guard can't proceed further unless they put the fire out. That feels
And
like
that's because they can shoot this way now. They can shoot.
yes.
Okay. Instead of firing up that turn, they would fire this way.
Mhm.
Or, okay, cool. Okay, that's interesting. Let's try it. All
Okay,
right, so
odds.
guard goes first. Another one.
Another one.
So this obviously is going to go here, and then
Odds.
two.
Okay,
Oh,
that's fine.
well, odd is only odd is that we
Only
said, right?
odd, yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, it'd be very powerful. But I guess that's
Yeah.
part of the play testing to see like
It is.
how much we can have it. So yay.
Yeah. All right.
Let's
Let's keep
go.
going. And is there any decision change for Nasibi? Like,
No, it's just whether I choose to shoot the frost ray like to hit fire rather than to go up.
all right. You got another ice up here, so you're populating the board with ice.
Fire.
Five.
Yes.
You
I
want
would like to
fire?
put
You want
fire
to
between
fire?
me.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4. Okay, fire. You want to try it out? We got to test out what we're doing here.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Another one. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Which
Now-
puts me right there.
You want to be there so you can fire up at.
Yeah.
Normally, we fire up at the end of your turn. So would that automatically put that out?
Oh.
Mm.
I would assume so.
Yeah, let's do it that way, and then we can always like start with one small rule change and then work out like, oh,
Love
this
it.
feels too unbalanced.
Yeah.
So effectively, you kind of lost your turn by doing that because that was already
Mhm.
This is game design. This is
Fail faster.
This is it. 6 is not good.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're back down here.
I feel like it definitely is unbalanced, and I should just get it. Like I could just do fire or movement the entire time because you get to do, or yours should be limited to evens when you can do your freeze ray, maybe.
Mhm.
But we will continue to play and see how this goes.
That's the thing about game design. You can change on the fly. You don't have to.
Oh,
Ah,
yes, please.
You can change anything on the fly. 5. So you put a fire or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's just go 5.
although I agree. I feel like if you roll odds, you should be able to move and leave a fire.
Okay, let's do that. I odds means I move and I leave fire now behind me.
And then I would say even is move and fire, or you just always fire your ice. Let's keep it at always.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This ice doesn't affect you, so
Oh,
you're good.
cool.
Hey, good job, fire. Good job. Leave me
Yeah, it's
be.
gonna. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if it wasn't clear, the cars protect you from ice. They stop it there.
Mhm.
And then we said you get to put a fire because odd, right?
Yes,
All right.
I am burning my way through this entire parking lot.
And I can't move.
Oh, you can. So you can't
I
move. So you
have
just.
to use my turn to shoot the ice ray at it.
Mhm.
So you know what's funny? In doing this, you've actually removed all decisions again.
Oh, you're right. It's just an auto.
Oh no.
But it's more entertaining auto. That
It is.
it's interesting because like I didn't even realize because I was so amused by what was happening.
And I want to be
Yeah.
clear that I'm not saying that these kind of games have no value, because a game like Snakes and Ladders has value for especially younger kids. It gives them
Mhm.
value in understanding how to count and how to roll dice and transfer that to movement, all this kind of stuff. And there's some emotional fun when you go down snakes and come up ladders. All that. There's a value in that. But as far as a game and trying to get into anyone older than a young kid, young child, that it's not going to be as have long-term play. I don't think anybody over the age of 7 plays Snakes and Ladders very much anymore.
Yeah. And I think the interesting thing is like in trying to rebalance, that was when we just took the decision away. It's like, okay, how do we make it more fair?
Mhm.
Okay, but also simplified it too.
Yeah.
So
Maybe there's
What
like
if
yeah, Jake, go
what
ahead.
if you have what if we have a blue die and a red die?
Mhm.
So what if you're I'm trying to think of how to do this without it, like that can somehow control the fire or the ice in some way.
Hmm.
To add to, like, I'm trying to figure out
Yeah, I
if
can
you
understand.
if you could make it so, okay, so the guard what if the guard can put fire in like any 4 directions to be able to put can put ice in any 4 directions. So that way, and then so it's a little bit more strategic in terms of maybe, I don't know, but maybe it can't go as far, so it doesn't go until it hits a car, but maybe you're like a king in chess where you can go any direction, but it can only go one, but it can go beyond like
What if
he could put it, but yeah, but I was trying to think of like, is there a way you could tie that decision so it's randomized to the die? So like, but or the die could determine, instead of it just being reduced to 1, the die could control how far his ice can go.
Oh, I like that. How far the ice can
And
go.
then the same thing can happen with you get fire.
Oh, can I have diagonal fire? And you have like unidirectional ice, and maybe that will and then we decide how, if we're doing decisions, I wonder if I can place it depending on how much fire I get. We need another one for movement roll. So maybe there's a movement and I get a fire, and there's a movement and you get a.
I was thinking like the blue dice, you would roll 2 die, one
Yeah.
for movement and one for your
Element.
Element. Okay. Yeah.
in some way, and then the red could be for fire. I just don't know how will the
just do it.
dice affect your stuff.
I get diagonal fire. How far away from me I can go depends on my fire dice, and then I get movement. And anything under, so if I get a 6, I can do anything under 6.
Yeah.
So that way there's choices of where I place that fire bit, which might come in handy later.
All right, this is for the guard.
Okay.
So we're saying the guard is going to move 1. Is that what that is?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then 2. Can you only go up, or can you go like 1, 2, or
I can't go diagonal.
You can't go diagonal. You can go up, and you can go left and right. Yeah.
So on 16, yeah.
Well, you'd never choose there, and you're seldom going to choose unless you're in the same row, I guess. Yeah, unless you're in the same row. Yeah, okay. And now we're going to flip it. So now this is movement. Oh no!
So I get 1, but I can do fire diagonal to that number 5. Closer, yes, fire close, and then let's see what happens.
Oh, so that's where I would use my movement to shoot it toward that fire.
Yes, so you can move and shoot fire in front of you.
Okay, we got
so
a big.
You can no. So you can shoot.
But the movement only goes 1, 2. I guess is the most. Would you move up to that?
Well, she can choose between whether or not she wants to use her ice first.
Oh.
So I would use my ice to get rid of the fire, so I could take.
Or would you have to sacrifice your movement?
Oh, but that's a choice though too, because you can just not move, and you could just be or you can just move 2. Have we said the moves you have to hit 6, or is it anything less than 6?
We haven't said.
Oh, how about we can add choice there, so you can move anything less than the number you have. So you have choice for movement, and then choice for you could just shoot.
But is it arbitrary choice?
Is it?
Because then, like, if you're ahead of me, I could choose to only move. Like, if let's say I was on 4 and you were on a 10, I could choose to just move 1 and then shoot up at you.
Yeah.
You could.
Okay.
I'm ready to gamble that.
Okay.
I'm just going to say I'm going to use 2 of my movement. I'm going to move up to the fire and then shoot it. So I'll be on 4 and then get rid of the fire.
Okay. And then that we don't get 1 up here because you shot this way.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So that was a decision. And now we're this, and so you're moving 4.
So what happens if I shoot you with fire? Do you die? Or not die, but like
I don't think you should be.
do I stall you? We haven't decided what the fire actually means, other than you have to stop.
I think that you have to. I think that you would have to. It just should be a barrier.
I'm just fleeing from the guards. I'm just fleeing.
Send me all the way to the left of the board. So just like the ice makes you go down a level. Getting shot with fire could send me all the way to the beginning of my row.
Okay. Now the thing I realized is I'm always going to have fire because I'm above you. So this is kind of we've hit the once again natural like you're never not necessarily no choice, but you're never going to be able to progress. Like we're gonna have a series of really not fun choices because I could just be fleeing, or I could just keep you locked by fire in eternal like deadlock.
That's true.
That's true. So what if the what okay, so what if the blue die for the guard determines how many ice the guard gets?
Oh no, 6 ice.
But
I
you
feel
get fire.
Fight fire. Fight fire.
Well, no. You still have to do yours like behind you or whatever it was. Because
Mhm.
it essentially forces you because you can't ever really like the guard is behind you. And as you said, like you're kind of locking, you could essentially just lock the guard down.
I
But
like the
if the
oh
guard can spread more ice, you're also like
yeah.
having to determine you
Maybe
can't
instead
just
of we
flee
get to
as
roll
fast.
both dice, because then it's just too much. Maybe I have to
Okay.
decide which one I roll, whether I can roll movement and risk it to roll fire. Like what I get one of those two choices. Does and like would you say the same for you, Amber? You could either choose to move or choose to ice.
Yeah. I got distracted. I'm like, Jay, what is this like? I imagine adults trying to complicate a game versus like kids trying to complicate a game looks very
For
different.
sure.
Like we've made this so complicated,
I
and I
know.
love it.
It's the exact same process. Kids go through the exact same thing, and this is wonderful. This is exactly what it is, and they're trying. And you've already tried 2 or 3 different versions of it, which is just so great. It's the whole concept of fail faster.
I
So
love
Wait,
it.
wait. What if if on like uh a 6 you get to move and shoot?
Oh, because the 6 is fancy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can dig that. I love a successful roll. Okay. So I get to choose one or the other, whether I'm
But
moving or I'm
Crazy.
shooting or
but you
my fire.
if your fire lands on the max, so a 6, or your ice lands on a max,
You get
then you can move and shoot.
bonus. I love the vagrancies of luck. Let's do it. I
Okay.
would like to just move and flee. Or wait, no, you go first, Amber. You always go first.
Okay.
she rolls both, right?
No,
Yeah.
do-
Yeah.
Do you well that would feel unfair because if I only roll one and Amber only
No,
gets to roll both.
you both roll, but
Okay. But we choose which one we
because
do?
yeah, you just choose which one you
Oh,
do.
okay.
And then, but
Oh.
if your element rolls max, then you get to do both.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Doesn't
Yes,
make
we've
sense
got decisions
because-
in here.
Yes. In this case, ice doesn't make sense unless you can't go diagonal, right?
Right. Yeah. So I'll move my 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you don't get to fire ice.
Correct.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
And we roll both of these. And you can either
I'll take the 4 because I'm progressing faster.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to the guard. Ooh.
Oh, wait. One.
Nope, that's just max movement.
I'm gonna shoot the ice. 5.
2,
That
3,
goes
5 here.
Yeah.
okay.
Cool.
I'm optimistic we're gonna make it that far before changing it
I
again.
believe in you.
Okay, now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's out in the open.
Fire is
can
fire
just-
here or 2 away, or how's it work?
Yeah. So like let's instead of me having diagonal fire, because that seems a little buck wild, just do the same same exact as Amber, and I'll just do
Okay.
a fire 2 behind me. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Or just fire right now, right?
Yeah, we'll just get rid of that fire.
Let's see.
Go, go, go. Yes, flee.
4, 5, 6.
Oh wait, and I get 6. It means I get fire
Oh.
too. Yes.
Oh, wait.
No, your
Your
fire
element.
didn't. Your fire didn't.
Oh, my
crit.
fire didn't explode. Okay. I
Yeah.
got excited for
Or
nothing. It was the
explode.
wrong one.
All right.
We just like 6.
Oh, you got both now.
Oh,
Oh.
now.
You get
1, 2, 3, and then we get this. Does it go up to here? I guess because it stops at a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Charlie and Natalie.
You got a good lead though.
Yes. A 1.
3 here, or 1, 2, 3, 4. These stairs are like little ladders. If you landed here,
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. It's like 4.
You can
I'll be
hide
right
behind
on that.
cars so that you won't get hit by the ice.
I will go, yeah, left. 4. Yeah.
You're gonna land on the ice.
Oh wait, no. Then I'll just leave fire.
3 behind you.
Yeesh.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. See, that was a decision.
Which I may not be able to put out. Can
Yeah,
you
you'd
share
have to.
space with the car?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's kind of a not.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't think
that
about
feels
that.
unfair because you would never be able to move from there.
Well, you can get here.
Or you can be on the car space
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Move a 4, I imagine.
Well, it's 4 since it's my element dice. I can move 1.
Oh, yeah. 1.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Also, the
I'll move
last
the
time we
1.
tried to make it more fair, it broke.
Fairness breaks the system. Oh no, Molly.
I know.
We're learning bad lessons.
Charlie and Natalie.
Okay.
Another 4. 4 you're moving.
4
Yeah.
again. Dang, I need to get like a 3 and then be able to shoot that with fire. So that's okay. This is like the
I mean,
snake. This
we
is.
did say
Mhm.
that you can move up to the amount on
You're right. Let me move up to.
Doesn't even matter if you do because you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just slide down 1 anyways.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fair.
okay. Well, there we go. Yay.
So as long as you don't get a 1, I guess next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1,
guess
2,
I'll
3, 4,
move.
5. There you go.
Well, I think I just moved the 1 because it reverses for each of us.
Oh yeah, shoot. Or you can go. Yes, yeah, you're on a car, so that doesn't help, does it?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Making some slow progress.
Hmm.
And then I will shoot my fire. Can I? Yeah, I'm just gonna say yes. I'll shoot the fire or the ice with my
No.
fire.
You don't have to. You move over it. Currently, the rule is when you land on it, like you end your movement on it.
Mm.
Unless
Oh, can we make it so that the ice you do have to actually?
Yeah, of course.
I like that rule better because it feels like
You're gonna get away pretty fast.
yeah, it's like
Mm.
poop. Goodbye, Amber, for forever. Because you're like so
Because I
far.
can't run through fire.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Let me just clear.
Khalil Nasibi's turn.
So
Okay.
6, but you are gonna get stopped by the fire.
Yeah.
So you can
I'll-
have to
I
stop
can
there.
move there, and then I'll have to shoot the fire on my next turn.
I would just like to leave fire behind me.
Rude.
Goodbye.
Okay, so I'll use that to get rid of the fire.
Yep.
This one at least.
Now, it feels like I could leave fire for forever, but that also feels like a losing game because it's like, oh, wait, I'm just wasting all my turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you
So-
can't move.
I shall go up 2 and then take that. That's my goodbye.
Okay, I'll move the 1.
Or go 1, 2,
There's
3.
3.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, because 3
You
is
could shoot
my
up.
element.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Right.
it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, you're
No,
So I can
so you move. You can move 1 because it's
here, or you can put
yeah,
ice.
because
Ooh,
you're
let's put
ice.
there.
Yeah.
No, might be
Let's-
better if we had like another die was movement and we just get rid of the other.
Mhm, yeah.
Like which one
Yeah.
is? So these guys are moving on
Yeah.
blue, right? 3
Mm-hmm.
or another fire.
We're just gonna leave fire. We're just
And you bend around corners like 1, 2, or can you only shoot in a straight line?
I feel like
Ah,
straight lines.
Straight
yeah.
lines only. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you put in front of you, what happens if you land on fire?
Hmm.
Can you go through fire?
I feel like I can go through fire, but because Amber can go through ice.
Yeah.
Well, we said no. We said he has to shoot it now.
Oh, okay, you're right. You're right. then oh no, I don't. I want behind me, definitely. Yes. I think this is definitely pad and paper land, or not pad and paper, but like whiteboard. I would have out with like, okay, what
Yeah.
is our new rule? Because we're changing them hard and fast
Yep.
as our enjoyment increases or decreases.
Yep.
Mhm.
There we go. So you got a movement of 1 or ice of 4.
I'll move 1.
All right.
I'm wondering, so we have these like, I wonder if we could add an element of like wild card. So if you land on a card, you could like
Oh, just
rummage
nonsense
Yeah.
stuff
and
happening.
get a token to let you essentially do an extra turn or an extra action or something.
So
But
each
only
one
if
could
you
be
land on a car. But we'd have to make it so that you can't. Well, no, I guess you could still keep that or something. I don't know. I just saw the cars and it just kind of made me think like post-apocalyptic, like digging through the car and you like.
I'd like that because like if we had a kind of mystery question mark token on top of each of the cars,
Or
we
just
could
the little,
yeah,
the little clock. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and the game comes with wet erasable cards.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's helpful.
I
you can-
love it.
Draw on them and then
That's
shuffle
perfect.
them. So you could have unique powers even like that. You get a surprise. You're like, look what I can do. I get to
Mhm.
do this.
And that-
What?
Oh yeah, and they'll give you an extra decision of, well, I have no good decisions on my hand, but I have this one extra little
Yeah.
tokeny thing.
Yeah.
And it does make the decision of, do I want to leave fire versus do I want to get to that, particular area
Mhm.
faster?
So this is how this kind of keeps working. And then we go
Brilliant.
is so far so good. So we would take notes of how we play tested and how much fun was the game from a 1 to a 7 of this current most recent game we did.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
I like,
There you go.
yeah, 5 feels good. I think the game that the meta game that we're playing, I'm having the most fun
Okay,
thinking of all the ideas.
For sure.
Yeah,
So that one gets
100%.
10 out of 10. But yes, definitely this one, it's like, I can make better choices or more things. Yeah,
how
yeah,
meaningful were your decisions?
that's going to be a lower one. That's like a 2,
Maybe
3.
like, yeah, 3, I think. I think we could improve on that.
Mhm.
How unique was your game?
I think this is a variation
Fire,
of snakes and ladders
yeah.
with fire and ice.
I like it.
But we were getting closer, like that, like last bit where it's like, oh, this could be
Yeah.
a post-apocalyptic. Like Amber is a ice zombie, and I'm like a fire mage. This is getting weird and wonderful.
And then you ask how passionate and how confident you are about to, and what is the next
Mhm.
thing you do? Focus on the game, and then
Mm,
it's not done teaching you stuff because it says, "Hey, we did it. Great, good job." But let's talk about decisions. You might have had more decisions, but sometimes there's actually some not so great decisions in the game. For example,
Mhm.
obvious
Yes.
decisions. Did you think any of your games had obvious decisions in them?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Once we got to that, like
yes.
we're just locked in eternal, like back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
just obvious you're going to take move at a certain time versus like when you're right up next to fire, it's 100% obvious you're going to take your ice shooting.
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
And we talk about that. There are sometimes obvious decisions can be okay in games, and we list them here. Like a game with skill or speed, it's obvious you should hit the bullseye in darts, but you still need the skill to do it.
Mm.
So that's okay. And there's a few other examples or meaningless decisions where it doesn't even matter which decision you make. I don't think we had any
Yeah.
meaningless decisions in our game
Hmm.
or no information decisions. These are when it's just a guess. If we had a face down token and you landed on, you flipped it up and it was like a trap or treasure. That's a no information. I'm like, I have no information whether I should land on that or not.
Mhm,
Mm.
mhm.
So and then this also reminds you about the guard. Make sure, are you just focusing on making Charlie and Natalie's game better or on both?
Good
Because you guys
job.
are playing as a group, but you can imagine somebody playing this just on their own. And so they
Yeah.
might be focused a little bit too hard on just Charlie and Natalie and having fun with them. And little poor old guard and then it just says, hey, keep iterating, keep doing it. And then it gives way more information about all that stuff we talked about and goes into details. Well, and some ideas. What if you change a rule such that you're the first player to land on this space? You get a choice to roll the die. If you roll 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then you move ahead that many spaces. If you roll 1, then you move backwards 1. So it gives you a ton of ideas that you can even try out for this first game. We don't give you as much in this game, but we give it also. What if you did this? What if you added all this? So lots of ideas, and then we get back and some more playtesting guides. And then here's the interesting thing. It says, as you accomplish these things, like, hey, if you changed or added at least one rule to the game and playtest again, which we did, check, you get a sticker. And so in the back of the book, there's a sticker book, and this is a
Oh,
jumbled.
Stickers.
I know. This is
Stickers.
a jumbled up time machine.
Love
It's
a
broken.
sticker.
In the story, it's broken, and here it's broken, and you have to put it, and it's like a puzzle on the back side inside cover. I'll show you in a minute.
Oh,
Did you complete a playtest? No, it's 100%. Currently, we didn't, so we wouldn't get that one. So this is trying to train you as a game designer to really take good notes.
Follow through.
Was player movement more balanced after you add or change the rule? It started to get there, actually. So that would be effective if you wanted to put a check mark and earn a sticker. Did you add meaningful decisions and places again? And it was still fair. And was it fun? Like, do you actually want to play the game again afterwards? And so there's a lot of different ways. You can only get 5 stickers per game. So there's a lot of different ways to earn your stickers. And then you go back into the next chapter. There's our progress there, and we start reading the story again. We go on to the on so on and so forth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so this book here comes with 4 games that you have to fix, and the 5th, and each of them focus on different types of movement. So that one was roll a die to move. This one we still kept rolling a die to move, but you have 2 pawns. So immediately you have a choice of which one am I going to move, and it's not a linear path. So you're like, well, which way am I going to go? And there's all these little gate tokens that rotate on this board as well. And so this one has so you play it, here's all the rules. This one has a different issue that's broken. Hey, where did we fail? It wasn't fair at all. This game wasn't fair. Everybody knew where they had to go, and so they just really blocked it. So like, okay, why is this game unfair? And then of course, how do we fix it? Remember, let's keep it fun, fair, and add meaningful decisions, et cetera, et cetera.
I love it.
Very cool.
Molly, do you want to take us back to face cam time?
For sure. Whenever you are ready to stop sharing.
Yeah, because I have so many many thoughts running through my head right now. One, Jay, thank you so very much for running us through this. That was
really
like
cool.
I didn't like our game. Our game was okay, but your game, brilliant. Oh, and there's stickers.
Oh man,
this is how I motivate me.
I was gonna say I love that you're tapping into like the crow brain. You know?
Yes, give me that.
Yeah.
Some of the board game influencers who already kind of talked about the game and had it for a couple months said that they played it with their kids, and they said that stickers just motivated them to go further than they wanted to play again and again on the current game, because they're like, I need one more sticker, Dad, and they would do it.
Oh, absolutely. Cool. Absolutely. I think the best part is that the scaling was it makes so much sense to be like, okay, here's an example, just play through it, it's wrong, and then it's like, oh, I saw the thing that I'm not supposed to do. How do I incarnate from there, and playing and playing and playing, and that idea of failure, like I love that so much. It's so rare because I do academic libraries, and my students are in high stress, like they're taking their classes, they have to succeed. Some of them are student athletes, and so they have double responsibilities. And so failure is not an option for most of their life, but to give them a space where, yes, we need to fail and fail faster and more often is delight.
Yeah, maybe not in the academic world that we probably don't want to fail faster, but here we want to fail faster.
Yeah, absolutely. And to give them space.
Yeah, and I like the idea that this embraces that failure is a method of learning, you know?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Just like me at the beginning of the stream. Failure is a method of learning.
Well, Molly, you just modeled for us.
Yeah.
And that was a delight.
I did, because I'm learning, just like we all did.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things about using games for learning, whether you're teaching people how to design the game or you are the one designing the game for classes, is like, you don't expect in the first time you play a game to do it perfectly. That's okay, and that's what makes games such great learning spaces. And I like this, like Danielle, I'm also an academic librarian, and I've gone through a lot of different game design courses and stuff over the course of the last couple of years. And I like that this one, I can see like getting faculty member into a room and having them at like rounds of tables, and just like the tactileness of being able to like interact with it, but also like, again, you're set up so that like you're not going to get it right the first time. And I think that can be hard sometimes for faculty. So I'm like, if I were teaching them game design, this seems like a decent approach to it.
I do have to mention at this point that this we actually have an educator's version of this. So it has the entire book where we've taken out all of the prompts, and it says fill it out in your workbook, and it's just a downloadable PDF for a workbook so that you can use this book over and over again. And we have a facilitator's guide for the full curriculum and a slide deck so you can actually teach this out to a group.
Oh, that's brilliant. Perfect.
I wanted to mention that like all the links to anything we're talking about is in our resource doc. It is, I will link it again so that way everybody can go see it, because that is something I want everybody to be able to access, because this was a lot of fun. This was so much fun.
I'm
It's
still
great.
just thinking about that game and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
can I add like a wrench or something you could throw at people that it knocks them
Literal,
down or something?
that's what the green dice is literal wrenches. Just
I love that as adults, that this is a fun experience. It definitely can see that this book with the story and the art feels like it's very kid targeted. We wanted to make it kid friendly, but not necessarily kid targeted. And I think it is something that all ages can enjoy. And even if you don't have no interest in becoming a game designer, it's a fun brain activity to try to figure out. And I think it'll give you a better appreciation of the games you play by playing through this.
oh,
It's a
absolutely.
great exercise for like critical thinking and being able to think outside of the box, and also like being able to take your time and realize, like how we did, we just kind of negated anything that we added, and so we went back to essentially just adding an extra step, but we had the same outcome. And I think that's really great for, especially for like academic librarians, is that you could even take this and create a game using this to then teach like research, but you also can teach the game itself as well, because like
Yeah.
you're not going to get it right the first time,
For sure.
just like research.
Well, I
Yeah.
also like the idea that because I know that a lot of academics are interested in the idea of gamification, how to add game elements and play to instruction. Well, but sometimes they don't always get it right, and sometimes mashing like games plus instruction doesn't always work. So to
Yep.
have these guide rails of, well, here's how you can test that idea that you have in that lesson plan, and how you might want to gamify it with the idea of, oh, is it fair? Do you get decisions? Do you like, does it actually get to be a game and not just like a fancy version of your lesson plan? So I love the guide rails for this, Jay.
Great. That was our intention. It was Blaze came to me with basically it was the idea of just like a story, a fiction book with games in it. And I'm like, well, it doesn't really fit my Fail Faster brand because it's all about helping game designers. So can we add game design teaching throughout it? And he's like, yeah, sure. And so we kind of spent the last year and a half breaking the story down and then figuring out how we're going to teach it. And so the story, it was kind of a weird kind of combo of like, what do we want to teach, and how do we fit the story so that we have, every 2 chapters there's a relevant game to play. So we had to kind of lead us to like, where can the game be here, and how's that going to help us with our movement. The idea is that this could be a series of these kind of books and boxes where the next one might be about gathering resources and using resources. So every game is about different ways you gather resources and using them, and how does that work?
Oh,
Oh,
brilliant.
okay, so you could do like
Forever.
worker placement. You could do like,
I will buy every one.
Just
Oh,
one
Literally
on
okay.
give me
attacking, just one on attacking, all the different ways you can
Yeah.
attack. Yeah.
Molly, what are your thoughts for public library? Because I feel like the academics have cornered the market on this
sure.
conversation.
No, I think it's wonderful for a public library. And I know, for instance, like a lot of I do gaming programs with all age groups, but a lot of the gaming programs I do are with the teens and slightly older juvenile kid range. And I think that this would be very popular because several of them have approached me about, like, oh, maybe we could make a game. Or they've said, hey, I made a game at home. Can I bring it in? And I think that's just really cool that they're just automatically doing that on their own. Um, I know that we are hosting a game jam in November as part of International Games Month. And I feel like this is the kind of thing that could be perfect for that because, thinking about like when I'm talking with all of you and you all know about games, and about like making new game mechanics and stuff, I don't have to explain as many things. But when I'm talking to a room full of people, especially younger people, who've never done this before, there's so much that I don't even know how I would begin to explain, and this is a really good way of walking through those steps. And it's still like it makes it really approachable. And I like that a lot. Um, and approachable not just for me, but I think it would make it approachable for them too. Um,
We were
and
very
yeah,
conscious when we did that because we know that if a gamer were to look at this game, they're like, it's just like snakes and ladders ripoff. It seems really lame, like as a
right.
game. And It's not, we're not trying to sell this game. That's the whole point. And you guys did it perfectly. It's the actual process of creating a new game and trying to fix it. That's the game that people are playing as adults. That's a fun puzzle to try to figure out, and how can we do it. And there's no clear winning goal like thing. That's why we added the stickers. Like we're trying to urge you in the direction of like, let's at least give you some reward, because there's no like, you did it, you made it to the end of it, you've designed the perfect game. Obviously, it's not going to happen.
The reward was like just playing. That was so much fun to be able to just be inside each other's brains, thinking and exploring and just failing again. And thank you for facilitating too, because I think we got both. Like, I know you said children are like, oh yeah, I had made decisions, and I was like, Amber and I are geniuses. We figured this out. And then I was like, wait, no, we didn't.
Right.
I wonder if you got two ices to line up, if you
You're
could
still
then
in it.
like, could you like skate and like get faster? I'm just saying.
That'd be a great like card that you get skates, but you can only use it multiple ices or something. Yeah. So
I want to. Then one of them should be a jetpack, like one of those little things. Like, I get jetpack, I get to.
But if you have a jetpack, there's like a percentage of chance that it'll explode.
Oh, absolutely! I am 100%. I love high risk, high reward.
Like
yes.
gnome technology in World of Warcraft. It's always iffy.
Because it's the apocalypse. It's a faulty jetpack. You don't know.
Yeah.
Well, to be
it's
clear,
held together with duct tape and spit.
It's a pretty friendly future. It's a very shiny, futuristic. It's not post-apocalyptic in the story, but whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where our brains go. Good life. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to tell us about kind of the project and any kind of ideas we haven't hit upon?
Yeah, so in addition to the educator's version, we have a deluxe version that has like all the components are wooden, and that's important because by the time you get to the fourth game in the box, it's a flicking game. And so it's going to be a lot of fun, and it adds a whole new different types of rules and constraints that you have to abide by. The fifth game you play, all you have is the objective that's based on the story. You have to design it from scratch. So
that's fun.
And by then you've been given enough tools to figure it out. And I'll really want to make sure that any librarians or schools, or even camps or clubs that are watching, that they can actually sign up on our webpage, on our Kickstarter campaign, to actually get a free copy of this. So what we're doing is we're offering the ability for other backers to donate a copy. And if they donate a copy and you've signed up for free, there's not even a login. You just sign up, you click a link, and it goes to a Google thing, and then you just tell us your school name and stuff. And if there's somebody that's donated a copy, we're going to try to match them up to whoever's as local as possible, as close as possible. We'll match people up with the schools and camps and libraries and whatnot.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. We even have some links if we want to provide to librarians that want to kind of maybe put it in a newsletter, say, hey, and kind of encourage their patrons to, hey, maybe check out this campaign and please donate a copy because we signed up to get a free copy.
For sure. Yeah, no, this has been wonderful. Let me see. Are there any other thoughts or questions? For instance, if
just maybe give a bit of context. If there's questions, absolutely. But to give more context about who I am, so I've been designing for, I don't know, 15, 20, almost 20 years games, and all these games behind me are ones I've designed. And then I've also been teaching board game design at the Vancouver Film School as part of their video game design program. And so one of the courses they have to take is, for me, is game theory, and we do that through board games. And so I teach them all about board games. I've been doing that for 10 years, and I have about 15 years of corporate training experience of working in the corporate world as a facilitator and as a designer. So creating facilitators guides and slide decks and whatnot. So just to understand that there's a lot of pedigree behind the project, in addition to just the game experience.
That's really wonderful. I know that I am a fan of some of your other games, and I'm sure that plenty of our followers have also really enjoyed playing your games. And hopefully we'll be able to play one or more on stream later on. Not to put you on the spot, though. And so that's the majority of the questions that I have. I don't see any in chat at the moment. Just lots of excitement about this game and about ice ladders and fire snakes.
Yes.
Yeah. And Rebecca saying that it's very predictable that Danielle became the arsonist.
Mhm.
Always.
Okay, well, let's see. Then
In
I
I'll
think.
say
Oh,
game
yeah.
3. Well, I don't know. I'll just say we talked about game 1, game 2, and we game 4. We did game 3. We use pattern-based movement, so kind of akin to like chess, where things move in certain patterns.
Yeah.
Do it in an interesting way where there's these tokens that you line up below a column and they're randomly placed. And if your pawn is in that column, that's the pattern they can move. And then that obviously moves into a new column. So every time they move, they get a different pattern on how
Oh,
they.
that's really cool.
Fire bishops.
Yeah. But we have also it's broken. So there's something really broken about that game.
Right.
Mm,
Oh man, I can't wait until this is available because
I'm so
gonna,
excited.
like my
We'll
kids
need
are
to
gonna
do
love
a
this
we'll
game.
need to do like a long-term playthrough because
Yeah.
I'm so into it.
That would be super fun.
Are you familiar with crowdfunding and Kickstarter stuff in general? You guys
Yeah.
are.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So and stretch goal as a concept, you understand stretch goals as a
Yep.
concept.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
then check out the campaign page because we're doing stretch goals really wacky because we figured people that are on here are gamers or game designers. And so we have all these progress bars. And as we go higher and higher on these progress bars, we unlock gears. That's kind of our theme for our thing. And as we get gears, we can vote for stretch goals. So the actual backers are going to vote for the stretch goals that they unlock. And I have no idea what the final deluxe version of this is going to look like.
Oh,
And
that's so fun.
That's really, really cool.
it's going to add to your game design arsenal of components. And the biggest thing with votes right now is a wet erase spinner. So it's like a spinner, but a wet erase, so you can make your own, results on each side.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I love it.
Very
I love
cool.
it. All right, librarian
Okay.
community, you know what to do.
Yes.
Yeah. And to vote, you just literally go in the comment section and just vote. And you can vote every single day if you want. So go ahead and vote.
That's wonderful. And so, yeah, how many days are left on the Kickstarter campaign?
Well, I think so, like 20 or so. It just started this week. So
Perfect. Okay, well, then
October 6th is the end day.
you all know where to find it. It's also linked in the resource document that should be linked in chat if you can find the Nightbot link for that. But that is Low Stress High Mayhem. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining. Thank you, Jay, for leading us through it. And thank you, everyone who joined us in chat today, for your comments and thoughts and tech help. And for joining us on these game design adventures. We look forward to sharing more games and ways you can play, so make sure to follow us in all the usual places. This has been Low Stress High Mayhem with GameRT, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!